Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the reading for the Gemini full moon tonight, the last moon of the decade. As always, I hate starting these videos, and I've just realised I've got a big patch on my eye there. Somebody coming in. I'm just waiting for other people to come in, and then I will start the readings. How are you all? Yeah, there's people showing. There's a light gone on straight away there. Please show yourself. Let me know who's here. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Adriana. How are you today? Are you feeling the energy of this Gemini moon? It's a bit of a strange one. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Virgo love. Good morning. Where are you, Virgo love? It's afternoon where I am now. Tisha, you feel it? You've been missing me. Sorry, I've actually taken some time out for myself. It's a crazy year, and I don't want to keep starting this all of the time about me, but there's been some deep healing going on. I knew it was coming, and I've had to take the time just to do it. A lot of it might come up in what this reading is saying, but it's the end of the year. This year has been a tough one, as many of you know, and it's almost like we've got to get everything done before it starts. Hi in Washington State, USA. So yes, so sorry that you've been missing me. I've still been here, but I've actually been turning my focus onto myself, which is strange and feels a bit awkward. But it's been worth it. You can't wait for my talk with Christelle. Yes, I was going to mention that. Thank you for reminding me there, just learning. I'm going to be doing a talk on Saturday night, 11 o'clock. It's live. It's 11 o'clock CET time, which in GMT time, like England time, it will be 10 o'clock. And I don't know in all the other places. But yes, I'm doing a Mystic Talks with Christelle. I will put the link underneath this when I finish. I'm going to actually write that down so I don't forget. But yeah, I'm really excited. Christelle got in touch with me and asked me to do it, and I'm really, really excited for that. So put link down. Does anybody do that? Like now when you have to write with a pen rather than typing, you kind of forget how to write. I do that all the time. So yeah, so how is everybody? How is everybody? It's a bit of a, I don't know, I can feel the tension. A lot of my friends are in England, and my family and things like that are in England, and there's a lot of tension going on there as well. It's my daughter's birthday today, so 23 years ago today, my life changed, and it didn't become me anymore. It was we. And I'm sad I'm not spending it with her, but I've been on the phone to her, and she has amazing people around her, and she's coming here in January, so I get to see her then. Hi, Robin. Hi, Serenity. Hi, Renee. I have a niece called, well, my cousin's daughter is called Renee as well. Happy birthday to her. Yeah. Christelle is the one who told me not all guides are positive. Never even considered that a possibility. I would be forever grateful. Yeah, we've got to. I mean, this is it. It is a constant learning. And I love your name there, Just Learning, because we are all just learning. It doesn't matter how long we've been on this path. We still learn. I mean, I learn predominantly through tarot. And every time I use the tarot, they teach me something more. But this is what I'm talking about, something today as well with this Gemini moon. And how every day is a school day, every day is an opportunity for us to learn, and to change our views as well, because this is the thing about being open, and being open to change as well, because change is the only thing that is constant, and we are constantly changing as well. So we are not the same people that we were last week, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and not the same people that we will be in 5, 10, 15 years time neither, So happy birthday for Monday, Renee. So, right, there's quite a few of you in there. Thank you for that. So yeah, a little bit of before I started this, for those that are coming on just to see the readings, there will be timestamps later on, you know, because people kindly put the timestamps on, which, you know, that is massively appreciated. But I always kind of have a little bit of a talk first, and I never know where it's going to go. And that's the beauty of this, and the beauty when spirit talks as well. So I was sitting today and I was thinking, should I go on? I know I didn't do one for the Sagittarius moon last time. But you know, I really wanted to come on and do this. I wanted to come on and connect again, but I'm feeling a little flat. This moon is yeah, it's been strange. I went out yesterday and I went down into the town, and I don't often go into the main, like, kind of city town here, and all of the fluorescent lights and the people and the noises and the music in the places really kind of set me off. I have a thing in my head, I have a tumor in my brain, and you know, it doesn't affect me now. It really doesn't. It's been very, very good. But just being around that stimulus yesterday, it really, really affected me badly. So I woke up this morning and I'm a bit disjointed. And obviously with this Gemini moon as well, you know, when I'm saying disjointed, it's a little bit like kind of wobbly. You know, my feet don't seem like both flat on the floor. Very Two of Pentacles. This is the picture that I'm getting. If any of you have seen the Two of Pentacles, no way! I've just picked my deck up. Thank you. You know what? I just went to split the deck there, and that is the card, and that was the picture that God, they just show off. Can you see that? All right. Yeah, this is kind of how I'm feeling at the moment, you know, which this is a card of indecision. I can't believe that, you know, you couldn't write it. You really couldn't write it. This is a card of indecision, okay, about like, where is it I'm going? Do I keep my foot in the past? Do I, you know, go to ventures new? So, you know, this is very interesting that this is coming out, especially with the Gemini moon as well, because the Gemini moon, if we look at Gemini, it's the two different personalities, isn't it? You know, so Geminis often have a very hard time because it's, you know, they're split, they're torn. It's like split personality. And, you know, this is what I feel we are needing to look at within this Jeremy. Who is Jeremy? Because Jeremy's just come up. Oh, man, I said to them, okay, if I do today, please be gentle with me, because I'm in a little bit of a, would I say fragile? I think fragile or fucked off. I don't know which it is. I could go either way. I could burst into tears at any minute, or I could end up effing and blind or whatever and lose my temper. So yeah, tonight it's Jeremy's fun. Jeremy Corbyn, shit, right, okay, that could be it. Wow, oh man, please, I said be good to me. Yes, we have this. Oh, I don't know where this is gonna go. Please, I feel like just clicking the stop button now. Right, okay. There is the election in England tomorrow. I know I shouldn't get political, but this is serious, serious shit. And, you know, please go out, and whether you like Corbyn, whether you don't, you know, please know that he is going to be the one that is giving us that little bit hope, you know, please. So yes, it's Jeremy's full moon tonight. Oh God, right, okay. So what was I saying? I've completely lost it there. Completely lost it. Yeah, voting tomorrow. Yeah, it's my daughter's birthday today, and she posted something on Twitter, and she was like, you know, I know it's my birthday. Please don't spend any money on me. Just please vote Labour. You know, that's what I need. So that's what she wants. So for my daughter's birthday, and for all of the people that desperately need it. I mean, England is a mess at the moment, but that's all I'm going to say about that. So, right, okay. So I'm going to go back into being sensible. I'm never really sensible, but I'm going to go back into work. I have a few notes that I actually wrote on this Gemini moon. So with this Gemini moon, it is this is the last moon of our decade. Okay, so this is it. It's the last moon in Not just this year, it's in this decade. So the first thing they asked me to ask you to look at is, where were you 10 years ago? Okay, really try and think back 10 years ago. I know where I was. I was in Thailand, and funny enough, it's came up the last couple of days as well. And I was in Thailand. It was the first Christmas after my mother had been killed. And I said, I can't stand Christmas in her house. Christmas was always a time I spent with her. And that was going to be, although the year had been hard, that was going to be my hardest time. So what I'd done was I booked a ticket, and me and my daughter, who was 12 at the time, we went to Thailand, and we went backpacking. And I'd never ever done that before. Never. I'd always had my 2 weeks package holidays and things like that, but I felt very called to Thailand. When I've looked at my astrocartography since, that is a place I go for emotional healing. So I was in a very lost state, and I went, and I learned so much about myself. I went with a backpack, packed loads of stuff, realized that it was very, very heavy to carry. So I ended up having to send a lot of stuff back home, which that was a big teaching in itself, saying, only carry what you need, and I feel this is metaphorical as well. That was how it taught me. But yeah, I was going there to find myself. Okay, that's what I still haven't fully, or I keep finding myself and then keep losing myself again. But yeah, so that when I was there, I met so many people that were different to what I'd been around, different to what I'd live in, a very different life. They were more open, they were more free, they talked more openly, they talked more in depth. And I like that. It resonated with me. 10 years on, I'm living in a different country. I'm surrounded by people like this, and I'm kind of living my dream. Now, 10 years ago, I did not know this was going to happen. This is what I'm talking about. How much have you changed in this last 10 years? Okay. So this is it. Really, really look at where you are. Look at how far you have come, how much you have changed. Okay. Not just this year, because this year has been a massive, massive catalyst for change. So many people have really, really woken up to who they are, to the lives they were living, to what they want out of life and everything. So this moon is telling us now we've got thus far. I don't know why they're saying thus far. I would never say that. That's what they're saying to me. But what is it now we need to address? Because there's still some things hidden, or still some things that we are not really wanting to see, not really wanting to approach, and not really wanting to kind of bring to light. Okay, but this is what full moons are all about. They illuminate. Okay, they find that light from within, they shine it into our shadows, shine it into our darkness as well. So when we look, we are like, the person we were 10 years ago is very different to who we are now, yet it's still the same. And this is the theme within Gemini, okay? It's, if we look at it, I mean, this new moon, this full moon is on the 12th of the 12th. And then if we add the 2019 and the two together, then that comes to 12 as well. So, it's this independence with the interdependence. How does it work together? How can we be whole as one person? And then how can we be joined with another? And it sounds quite complicated here, and the way they're showing me it is, but I'm going to try and simplify it, or ask them to simplify it for me. Okay. So hi, Terry. Hi, Jacqueline. He's back on the scene. Somebody from 10 years ago, same circumstances. Well, how that ends, that story. So this is it. We could be getting the same chances, but we are different now. And this is when we're on the fool's journey within tarot. We go round again, but we have the knowledge and the wisdom that we've learned within this last decade, or within this last trip that we've had. So what they're asking us to ask ourselves here is, Are we speaking our truth and are we living our truth? Are we walking our talk? Have we actually discovered what our truth really is? Because that changes as we change as well. So can you honestly say, think about it, are you where you want to be? Are you living a life of authenticity? Are you truly who you are meant to be? Or do you keep a little bit of yourself hidden so that it doesn't upset the status quo of things around you? Now, being truthful is hard, okay? It is, and it's not going to get you lots of friends. It can lose you many, more than anything. But it gives you this strength within yourself that you can stand up and say, this is me. My truth is different to somebody else's truth, but I have to be in my truth. Otherwise, I'm not being truthful to myself. If I'm not being truthful to myself, then I can't expect myself to be truthful to other people, and I can't expect them to be truthful to me, because whatever we give out, we give back. Okay, we get back. And this is what we really need to look at, So are we speaking our truth, or are there things that need to be addressed? And this Gemini moon is giving us the chance to do that. It's often called the cold moon, okay? And it's winter, where many of us are, but it's not. People think cold is cold-hearted, but it's not. It's about truth. So it's like, when we look at this, it's almost like sometimes we have to be clear, honest, and direct. Other people can see that as being cold, but it's not. It's actually coming from the heart, because to keep things from other people is not coming from the heart. Even if it's harsh to them, it is not going to help them by fudging over it, or wrapping it up in bows. I mean, this is when I talked about the healing I've been doing this last couple of months. I realized that my past, I had wrapped it up in pretty flowers and bows and all of that, and I dressed it to make it a lot nicer than what it was. And that is how I couldn't heal from it. That is how I got to a stage where I was stuck, because I was kind of looking at these pretty flowers and thinking, right, okay, why can I not move forward? And it was because I needed to take the flowers off and see the real darkness and dismal place, that it was, and see the truth in it. So that is how I could move forward. It's not easy, it's not pleasant, but it is necessary, in order for us to evolve and be the people that we need to be. So I don't know if I mentioned this on the last one, in order for us to live a life with ease, okay, we need to experience, we need to accept, we need to surrender, and we need to evolve. This is how we get ease, okay? So everything we have encountered is experience. If we say it's bad experience or good experience, it's an experience. And we need to accept that rather than resist it. We need to surrender to it as well, and stop trying to keep it in control, to put little bows on it and to make it all nice, to dress something up, like dress, put sugar on shit kind of thing. It doesn't change it. It is still shit, So this is where I'm talking about telling the truth. This is what I'm saying here, and we need to see the truth, and we need to speak the truth as well. And other people might not like it, but the only ones who won't like it are the ones that are living a lie themselves, okay? So this is where I feel we have this split, do we step out of our authenticity to get approval and to be liked and get that little pat on our head to say, yes, you're a good girl, you're a good boy, you're doing everything right? Or do we stand up and say, look, this isn't kind of working for me, or this is not how I want to live, and do we do that at the cost of some people may not like that? But, if not, we are going to live a lie. And this is what I feel this indecision, that Two of Pentacles that's there, is about, because when we are like that, when we are swaying from side to side, we are not fully solid. Our feet do not have solid footing. And this is what we need to do. Okay. So this is a lot about looking at our past, a lot about looking at our present, and a lot about looking at our future and what we want there. Okay. It's about going deep. You know, if we are not in our truth, this moon is going to be a bit of a twat to us, to be honest. You know, it's really going to show us a side of maybe ourselves that we don't like. It's going to show us sides of other people that we don't like. But if we have that solid footing, you know, then we just see it as experience. We don't get kind of swayed by it in some way. We don't get knocked down. And the deeper and darker we go, the more we grow and flow. And this is what my life is meant to be like. It's meant to flow. It's not meant to keep stopping and starting and stuff like that. We're meant to be in the flow. And when we are in our authentic self and in complete alignment, this is when we can get there. And this is the merging of the two sides of us, our shadow side and our light side, because we all have both of them within us. We all do. And, you know, we try and push out our shadow side. We try and, you know, like, no, I don't want to address that. But this Gemini moon is going to make us address that, okay? Because it's often in the darkness where we find this treasure. So both of our sides are going to be illuminated, okay? And expected to be from others as well. We're going to say different sides of other people as well here. This is telling us, as I've said, it's all about truth, and it's where we can see through the illusions as well. What is happening with this Gemini moon is our safety blanket is being taken away, okay? That little bit of comfort that we have, you know, that comfort zone, it's almost like the door's being locked on it and we're stood and like, right, okay, what do I do? This was, again, when I said I was in Thailand 10 years ago. I got there, I booked the ticket, I knew I had to do it. I got there and landed in Bangkok, Khao San Road. It was just crazy. And I thought, what the fuck have I done? I've got my daughter here. I was terrified. I'd never done that. It was like, there was so much fear. But then I realized that, you know what, I'm here. Everybody said that I wouldn't make it and I would have to go back, and I was not going to prove anybody right, you know, with that. So I eventually took the courage and I went outside and I sat down to have a drink, and this guy came over and this guy said, you just arrived, you know, traveler, where do you want to go? And started to talk to me and started to tell me, you know, best places to go, best places for internet and whatever. So instantly it was like, right, okay, I've stepped out of my comfort zone, but I've actually learned something. I've learned knowledge. And this continued to happen until I was free. I felt free for the first time in my life, but I had to go through that fear and stepping out into that fear, fully into that fear, in order to integrate into this new way of being that I wanted to be, which stayed with me and then was instrumental in inspiring in how my life is now. So this is when our safety blanket is taken away, because this moon is all about us being fed up with the bullshit, fed up with, you know, the unfairness, the injustice of the world, you know, and it's about, you know, the injustice and the unfairness within our lives as well. Fed up with our own bullshit as well as that of other people's. So this is saying to us, we need to access the part of ourselves, which is, you know, like I say, we're talking about these two sides, the duality. We're talking about our human side, but we're also talking about our mystical side as well. The part where we're the mystic, where we're the healer, where we're the intuitive, where we're the nurturer. You know, we've got all of this. This is a part of us. We are spiritual beings, okay? So spiritual and human beings joined. This is what we're doing. And although we're walking this path with human feet, we are having, you know, it's a spiritual experience that is having a human experience, if that makes sense. So we have to have these parts of us, you know, we have to be open to the higher power. We have to be open to healing, being our own healer, because we are always only ever our own healer. We need to really tap into our intuition, not just our logic. And we need to nurture ourselves before we nurture others. This is what this Gemini moon is saying. Now, some people, like I say, might say that's cold, but it's not, because if we're not all right, then nobody we come into contact with is going to be all right. So then we need to put our logical side on, and we need to take action, okay? We need to bring ourselves into balance. You know, we need to have this independence and this interdependence as well. So we need to be clear, honest, and direct with ourselves and with others. We need to look at the conversations that we're having as well, because every conversation we have with somebody is an opportunity to learn, okay? People will tell you about themselves without them even knowing. If you really listen to people's words, they often tell you things that they don't want you to know. It's they tell you the truth while wearing the mask, kind of thing. So this is what we need to look at. When we are having a conversation with somebody, are they in their truth, or are they just talking the talk rather than walking it? Okay, so we need to embody this Gemini moon. We also need to be flexible. We need to be open. It's know that we have on our path, there's not just one destination. Sometimes, like I say, we can be pushed in another destination, and we need to see that if this is happening for us, it's actually because it's happening for us, not to us. We need to be enthusiastic about the future as well, because it's better than the alternative. It's, oh God, I'm dreading 2020. Why? It's coming for you. It's coming as a gift. We need to be smart, and we need to think on our feet, and we need to be versatile as well. We need to forget the superficial traits that we've got, about what looks good on the outside, what looks good to other people, what will other people think. We need to kind of realize that often we can lack direction, and if we lack direction, we don't actually make a move. What happens is, when you're on the road, this is where you actually find your destination, or you find your next direction, rather than just sitting doing nothing. So this is where we need to take this action. We need to look at decisions that we have made that are not honoring us, that are not honoring ourselves, and not honoring our life as well, because these are all a cause of anxiety. And yeah, and then the Course in Miracles, this is the second time it's came up today, is those who are sure of the outcome can afford to wait without anxiety. So this is it. When we look at any anxiety we feel, it is coming from some sort of place where we are not actually in our true authentic self. Okay, so this is sorry, I just sometimes get caught with the readings. I do read them afterwards. It's just sometimes it takes me off course. So where was I? Yeah, about what we've got to do. So we've got to look at where our anxiety comes from. If we are in a cause of anxiety, there is something that is not right. Something where we are not honoring ourselves, something where we are not being authentic, okay? Because it is coming from a space of our egoic self, which our ego can be our friend. We can learn from it, but we don't listen to that fully, okay? We don't listen to our ego fully, because this is where fear comes in. This is where jealousy comes in, anger, resentment, self-pity, all of this stuff. So when we're listening from our soul sees it as experience. They realize that, whatever's happening is happening for our own good, even if it makes us uncomfortable. So, this is what this Gemini moon is. I really feel it's gonna make us look at the source of our anxiety, okay? Often this could be us, or in fact, all the time it is us, because it's something that we're allowing that isn't for our best, okay? We're not standing up for ourselves. And if we can't stand up for ourselves, then we can't stand up for other people as well. And as we come more and more into the age of Aquarius, it's not about the me, it's about the we. But we need to be our best before we can then kind of pass things on to others, if this makes sense. So this is why I was saying it's complicated. It's about giving ourselves this care and love and nurture and voice and space to be who we really are, and also giving that to others. But it's like we need to be in this full authenticity of ourselves before we can kind of have the second role. And the second role could be, you know, being around people who kind of are on the same vibration as us, because if we're lowering our vibration, you know, then we are not honoring ourselves, and we're not teaching other people to heighten theirs. It's really, really weird. It's almost like a Saturn's return thing. I feel this is what I'm getting, because it's laws of karma. You know, it's laws of karma that are coming in, that are going to be shown this month. And it's how can we... Hold on, sorry, I'm just seeing what they're getting here. Right. How can we be strong enough to look back at maybe mistakes we've made or things that we have done, forgive ourselves, because at that time we didn't know better. And them mistakes might have been when we were not in our full authenticity. Okay, because this is talking about heart as well. It's talking about being in our heart. And when we are coming from our heart, whatever decision we make cannot be wrong. It can't be, you know, it's what our heart is telling us. Okay, but we need to really, really be sure that it's our heart speaking, okay, and not our ego, because this is where we get... God, I didn't realize this was going to be so complicated here. This is where we can get into problems. Okay, there's so many people have said, you know, I have clients that I read, and you know, there'll be a breakup or, you know, something like that, and they'll go, oh, but I love them, I need them in my life, I love them, you know, I only want this person. And it's like, you're not coming from your heart there. You are coming from a feeling of lack, a feeling of panic, a feeling of anxiousness that your life will be over if this person isn't there. Hey, Shamanic, I'm so sorry. I remembered I didn't reply to you. I will as soon as I finish this. Okay, my butter brain. So yeah, when we are coming like, I need this person, I want this person in my life, I love them, I can't live without them, that is not coming from your heart. It's not. It's coming from a need, which the need is coming from our ego, that we need that person in order to feel happiness or whatever. So like I say, it's complicated. Is this making sense to people? Sorry, because I don't want to keep babbling. Like I say, my head's a little bit cloudy today as well. But is this making sense to people? Can you let me know? Thank you, Kathleen Ann. You love listening to me. Right, okay, nobody's answering that. So yeah, so this is what I'm saying. When you're saying you're coming from your heart, make sure it's your heart speaking. You know, make sure it's your heart that you've heard. Okay, and it's this balance in the head and the heart, you know, knowing that everything within life is happening exactly how it meant to. Okay, and see what gift we can take from everything. See if you are living in your alignment. You know, what is it you would need to change? If you had 6 months to live, would you still be living the life that you are living now? You know, if not, then why aren't you making the changes now? Because we don't need to have a death sentence put on us to make the changes. You know, it's scary. It's scary to move out of our comfort zone. But like I say, our safety blanket's being took away here. So it's, you know, do it, you know, jump, see, you know, see what happens, you know. What if you fall? But what if you fly? Don't wait until you have this death sentence hanging over you in order to make this move. You know, if you're not happy where you are and with what you've got, then change it. You know, and it's like I say, it's not easy, but we're looking back over the last 10 years. Look, do you have any regrets in the last 10 years? You know, there are things I probably shouldn't have done, but I don't regret them, because with every single one, I learned something. And I learned something not just about life, not just about, you know, other people, but I learned so much about me. And this is how I am a very different person to what I was then, you know. even since I came from to this island, because I'm kind of having a little bit like, do I stay on this island? Do I not? I'm really, there's a little bit of a jaded feel I'm getting with it. It's beautiful, but like I've said there, it's this is about, it's about seeing the bullshit, seeing my own bullshit, seeing, is this really, is it the reality that I want, and then I'm kind of thinking, where do I go? Like where do I go? I'm thinking, do I go to Amsterdam? Do I go to LA? Do I go to Costa Rica? Do I go? I don't know. There is no direction for it, but that is perfectly fine, because I know by the time I need to make a decision that the answers will be there. So I'm sitting with it, and what I'm doing in this meantime is doing as much as I can to get myself free from the past and in the perfect kind of position to be able to move on and to evolve again as well. So, the only way you are definitely going to fail is if you don't try. That is your ultimate guarantee. That you are going to fail if you don't try. So yeah, this is what this Gemini moon's coming in about. It's quite complex, but it's quite simple. It's the black and the white of it. It's seeing things how they actually are, not how you like to dress them up, and not how you like to think that there are. It was funny, I had a conversation with my father today, and it's been a couple of months since I spoke to him, and I kind of told him where I was at and stuff like that, and he's a man of few words. There's very few wisdom, and he said, whatever you do and wherever you go, you'll be all right, Tanya, because you're always all right. And that's it. I am, and somebody once said to me, how can you stay this positive when something bad is happening? And I said, because I've been down at the bottom that many times, that I know when I'm down there, that's an opportunity for me to step back up. So, you take it, you take them kicks when you're down, because you know that them kicks will mold you and give you strength to get on again, and life is a struggle at times, but it's also beautiful, and it's very beautiful. And this is the duality. It's like what's that? I think it's Charles Dickens, isn't it? It's the best of times and the worst of times in unison. And this is how life is. Life isn't always rosy. It's not, but it's not always dark neither. And when we realize that, the two of these can mix, and to take the rough with the smooth, this is when we can get back in the flow as well. So I hope that makes sense. That's pretty much all I'm getting about the Gemini moon. I'll probably watch this back and it'll make no sense at all. So yeah, so did that make sense? I've been listening to you for years. I simply adore you. Thank you, Sonia. Right. You've been talking about this on your Patreon, Shamanic, yeah? Yeah. I wanted to speak about that as well. Over the next couple of weeks, over the Christmas, I am going to set up my Facebook page. So yeah, so that will be, I will come on here and let people know that it's on, but just so there's a little community there for everybody as well. It's just like I say, at the minute, work has been the last of the things I've been thinking about, and I'm sorry about that. I love my work, I really do, and I love doing these and stuff, but you know what, I've really been just not I haven't been depressed, I haven't been anything. I've just been, what, it's like I need to take a step back. And on Wednesday I am doing a very exciting, terrifying journey. I'm working with an amazing couple, and I'm really going deep. I'm using psilocybin to really, really get rid of the last of this crap that is dangling. Like I say, there's been a lot. I've gone deep, really, really deep, and there's still the odd things I need to clear. And it's like, right, okay, I'm going on a journey. So yeah, so Wednesday is my phone will be off. I will not be able to be contacted by the outside world. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I know I will be going deep and dark. but it's needed now. It's needed. I cannot be all sweetness and light all of the time, because that is not me being in my true authentic self, and I know when I come in here, everybody likes to see me, and most of the time I'm like that. But this is the time where I really need to go into my darkness, and yeah, I'm scared. But as Spirit told me, scared also means sacred. Something sacred is about to happen. So I will let you all know about it. I was thinking about asking them to document it, but I don't know if they would be comfortable with that, because it's a very personal process. And obviously we don't know what is going to come up as well, so it's interesting. But these guys do this on the island, and they do one-to-one, like immersive, illuminative retreats, where basically you are in a space where you are held, you are cared for. Every single need that you have is there for you, and it is very, very rare that we get this. Very, very rare that we get this. And it's actually quite more uncomfortable for me to actually allow this as well. So that's quite interesting. So yeah. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm going somewhere. I'm going off on a trip. Sacred is an anagram of scared. Yeah, it is, because when we are scared, it's something big. It's something big is about to happen. And like I say, I've done my journey. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with what I've got. But there's still more. There's still more that I need to shed. I still need to shed a couple of skins of the old. And like I say, we're going into 2020. And I don't want the smell of the last decade. I don't want that lingering when I go there as well. So I hope that gives you food for thought. I'm sorry about talking about me, but it comes up in unison, and I want to say this as well, just to let you know that I am walking my talk. It's not like I'm here and like, yeah, look at me, I live in Ibiza, isn't my life amazing? It is, but there's still shit there. There's still shit. And and this Christmas, as I was talking, I went to 10 years ago, I went to Thailand for Christmas. And this Christmas, I am going to be on my own, which I've never, ever had. I don't like Christmas anyway. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to be on my own. I'm going to be here. There's just me and Hendrix. And that is going to be tough. But I know it is divinely orchestrated, because I'm really being forced to be by myself. This is what has been happening the last couple of months, really being forced to, be in my own company, to sit with myself, to hear myself, to argue with myself, and then to celebrate with myself as well, So yeah, this is why I'm saying this, because it's, there's always work to do, and I will continue to do my work because I have to, because if I am a voice, I need to be coming from a place of truth, not just a place of telling. That doesn't work with me. Yeah. So that's it. Right. Okay. Thank you for listening. Oh, do you like my t-shirt I got yesterday? Look, my cards say everything's going to be okay. I found it in the Vita Town. I loved it. So yeah, I feel scared lately, and I feel something is going to happen, but it feels in a good way. Yeah, it is. I mean, this. People are standing up now, I mean, I've been in tears watching the news and, the posts on social media and everything about how people are so scared about what is going to happen in England tomorrow. But they're still behind it, they're feeling like they're almost in a desperation. They're finding their voice. And this is what this Gemini moon is about. When you are backed in that corner, that is when you start to fight. And this is what is happening, the age of Aquarius. This is what it's about. It's not just all about peace and light. It's about standing up and fighting, saying no to the system or the oppressors, within our own personal life, or within the life of, our countries, our societies, or whatever. We see the damage that is done. And if we look at that to our own life, we can see when somebody is oppressing us, when there is more tyranny than there is empathy, it doesn't work, and it gets us fucking mad. And sometimes we need to get mad. You know, that is when the fire actually sparks within us. That is, like I said before, you know, if you were told you had 6 months to live, what would you do to change your life? You know, you don't just sit and think that. You wait until you get that terrible phone call. You know, don't wait. You know, don't wait. We need to. This is our life. We need to evolve. We need to work together, and we need to leave a legacy for the future generations, you know. And I don't want my grandchildren or great grandchildren to say, yeah, my grandma just sat on a chair and done nothing. You know, I don't want her to do that. I want to leave one little bit, one little nugget that I made a difference, even if that's just to one life, you know. And that is my purpose, and it's everybody's purpose. We all have a purpose here. And also, the reason I think I'm feeling like this, on Saturday, I had a fire in here. I was very, very lucky. Like I say, I'm in the middle of the campo. I'm by myself at the moment in the house. You know, I'm living in the house by myself. And I have a log burner. And I put the fire on in the morning. I bought more logs, and I've been, you know, I get my shopping in cardboard, and I rip the cardboard up, and I put all the cardboard next to the log burner against the wall, and I stupidly put fire lighters next to it and fire bricks. They'd been burning for about 4 hours. It was the night time. I took Hendrix out for a walk, and luckily, I was cold. I had bare feet, which, you know, I'm always barefoot. And so I brought him in early, and when I opened my door, there was 6-foot flames going up. The firelighters had caught fire. They'd set fire to the cardboard. They'd set fire to the fire bricks. So it was a split second of like, what the fuck? And I was like, fire brigade. And it was like, right, okay, I don't even know the number. And how would they get to find me? Because my address is, you go up the mountain, you turn right at the pink rock, and then you turn left at the pink and purple rock. And it's, you know, that is my address. And I just give the dog his water. So I had the water, I threw that on, I had to run and get water and everything. And it was afterwards when I kind of sat and I just thought, shit, you know, what could have happened there? You know, if I had been out with him 5 minutes more, the place would have gone up. I have wooden ceilings. All of my ceilings are beamed. If that had have happened during the night when I was asleep, you know, then I would never have heard it. So it was a big shit. Right, okay, I need to get my shit together, you know. But yeah, so I was very, very lucky what it done. Rather than like think what could happen, it just made me think, you know what, I have shit to do here. I've gone back into my comfort zone and I can't do this. You know, I really need to carry on living to the best of my ability and doing to the best of my ability as well. So it shook me up, but it woke me up as well, because I'd started to fall asleep again. And this is what can happen. You know, like I say, we have these changes that are all great at first, and then, you know, we get comfortable in them as well. And it really, really shook me up. Yeah, it was bizarre, absolutely bizarre. I don't know if you can see this. I mean, when I think about it, who puts bloody firelighters next to the fire? You know, I mean, that's ridiculous anyway, you know, but I'm still getting used to campo living. I don't know if you can see. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a photo, and then I'll get on with the readings for everybody. Yeah, but the mad thing was, as I was out with the dog and I was walking, and I did have a little fire this morning as well again. So there's something coming with me with fire. I'm going to go out tomorrow and buy a smoke alarm because I need to do that. Yeah, I don't know if you can you see that? You know, next to my stove, it was like, I mean, the whole wall, I had to get the guys in to repaint and everything for me yesterday, because it was just black. So yeah, thankfully there was somebody out there looking after me. So yeah, to shake me out of my complacency, it did. But yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? You know, when you see that, because I came in and I was like, wow, what's that? You know, and it's like these big flames, and then it takes a while for you to actually register, you know, what happens. So yeah, but when I've been out with the dog, I thought, did I turn my straighteners off in the bathroom? Because I would hate there to be a fire. I thought that, and then just saw that in, la-di-da, and then whoa, shit, you know. And has anybody ever seen the IT Crowd, the part where he's got the fire in there? That's all that was going through my head. It was like 4, 5, fire. So yeah, so like I say, island life is not all calm and serene. So I had a candle and tissue catch fire last week in the living room. Yeah, we've got to be so careful, you know. I pretty much, in England, my daughter said, Mum, we used to have a fire like every Christmas. There was something used to happen, you know. Thank you, Spirit, for bare feet, dog water, and divine timing. Totally, Tara. I mean, my plan was to bring him in, and I always lock him in here because he's deaf now. So, you know, and he can't, there's no chance of him getting out by himself because he's pretty senile. 2 seconds. Right. So I was going to lock him in and go for a shower, which is the other end of the house. So if I had have done that, that would have been bad as well, you know. So like, yeah, it's just not bear thinking about. So sorry, I'm just getting in half an hour. So I'm going to have to get on with these. Right, okay, shit. So your intuition or guides were trying to tell you awareness, yeah, and I didn't even get it, you know. It was like, oh yeah, straighteners, you know, silly. So right, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the readings for everybody. I've been on nearly an hour, just babbling. So yeah, so I'm going to get through with these. Oh, thank you, Tara. Thank you so much. That's really appreciated. And I promise when I come back in the new year, things are going to be a lot more organized. I'm going to be a lot more, you know, like where I'm going. Like I say, I'm going to set this Facebook group up and things like that. So, you know, I am going to be more accessible than here. Whether I continue to do the star sign readings, I'm not sure yet. You know, I'm really not sure yet. I'm kind of being guided away from them. Although part of me really wants to do them because I know people like them here, but I don't know. So this is what I'm taking the time over the Christmas to actually do that. And if anybody does want a personal reading, next week is my last week. In fact, no, because I have that ceremony. Yeah, I think, yeah, it'll be Tuesday will be my last day, I feel, of reading. Okay. So, right, so we're going to look at Aries. What has this Gemini moon got in touch for Aries? Yeah, sorry if my energy's a bit flat today, but it's how I'm feeling today. You know, I'm not kind of my normal self. Right, okay. So this Gemini moon here, Aries, it's almost like I feel here. Where are you blocking yourself from moving forward? Okay, this is what it is, because it's almost like I feel is it sitting on your laurels in a way? You've got what you've got, and then it's like, right, cool, I'm here, I'm in this place. There's a complacency coming in with you, Aries, okay? And I feel that it's almost like this Gemini moon is going to spark you into actually moving forward again, okay? So this is what is coming in for you. Where you are at the minute might be cool for the present, but it is not there for your long-term future. It is not giving you security for your long-term future. And this is where you're going to get kind of this wake-up call or this look of, I need to change, okay? So just so you've got to a certain level, that does not mean that you can stay there forever and everything will be rosy, okay? I feel it's, for you, Aries, it's time to kind of say, right, okay, this is cool for the present, but what do I need to put in place to make sure that my long-term future is as comfortable, if that makes sense? And I don't mean just comfortable financially, I mean comfortable as in where you're at, where your level is, where your level of comfortableness is. You know, do you need to do more work on yourself? You know, we all do all the time. Do you need to do more work? You know, do you still want to be where you are in 10 years' time, or do you have a bigger picture? Okay, that's what's going to be highlighted for you. And then it's about setting things in motion as well. I feel as well, some of you check the air pressure on your tires, Aries. Okay, because there could be something with a puncture or something like that around a tire. If anything like this happens, it's nothing serious. If anything like this happens, take notice, because it's trying to say that you need a little bit of oomph, if that makes sense. Yeah, you need a little bit of oomph. So that's interesting. Right, okay, so that's Aries. When we're looking at Taurus here, okay, Taurus, I feel you're going to be shown where you're swinging out of alignment. Okay, something is going to show where you're, whoa, really? Is that how I'm reacting to that? Because I feel you could lose your head. When I'm saying lose your head, you could actually really, I mean, Tauruses are very usually grounded, sturdy, whatever. The other side of you could come out here quite irrational, quite erratic, and quite, when I say aggressive, I don't mean violent, but you really could lose your head here. It's something somebody says, or it's something somebody does, or you see written. It could be a text message, it could be a letter you get, or something like this, and it's really gonna like kind of knock you for six, okay? And you're gonna kind of want to knock somebody out after this as well. But it's almost like, be careful of your thoughts. Witness them. Don't block them. Witness them. But be careful of acting on them, okay? Work your way around and see what is it you really are annoyed about. Because they say that we're never annoyed for the reason that we think we are, okay? So something is going to trigger you that I feel has got some connection to a mother or something in your past, okay? So be aware of it, because whatever it is, it's telling you that this is time to let this go from the past, okay? Does that make sense? So whatever you get triggered by here is showing you something in the past that you haven't let go of, and this is where you're going to have this response to it. So this is actually a real good one. This is showing you a new beginning, because it's actually highlighting to you what you are still carrying that is too heavy for you to carry, Taurus, okay? It's a good one. Gemini, Taurus. Who's after Taurus? No, Gemini. This is Gemini Moon, or Jeremy Moon. Right, okay. Right, Gemini. Oh, Gemini. I like this, okay? I like it and I don't. This is very Gemini. It's like, yeah, this is great, but it's crap. Gemini. I feel this moon is really going to highlight your emotions and your emotional life, okay? Your love life, or lack of it, if that makes sense. There could be a lot of daydreaming about the past and how things were wonderful then and how you haven't got that now and that you're sad and missing it. Or there could be a relationship that you're currently in that suddenly you see it as not being as rosy as what you thought it was. But what this is saying is this is time for you to take action. You have grown now. You know a lot more about your emotions. You know a lot more how to be in relationships. And some of you may need to cut ties in order to get what you want. This moon is coming to tell you that you are strong enough within yourself to seek what it is that you deserve. It might take you dark, okay, because this Gemini moon is going to make you reflect a lot, okay? It's going to make you tear down the rose-tinted bricks that you built your past on. And it's going to say to you, this is where you need to do the work on your emotions, okay? On your idea of relationships in order to step forward and then have the full and fulfilling relationship that you deserve. It's almost like this is your challenge. There's going to be a journey through the woods for you, but there is clarity and love waiting at the end of it for you, Gemini. Okay, so it's almost like, yeah, you need to, the seed is going to be planted for something to grow within this moon for you. And even if that is you, the growth, or you might have outgrown somebody, but you have an outgrown belief. Okay, what you thought 10 years ago was romance, you know, and what you wanted in a partner might not be what it is now, and that could cause some changes within your life. But you know, they're going to be they're going to be positive changes for you. Okay, Gemini. So Cancer. Right, Cancer. Right, Cancer, this is very similar to you. This is about, I want to say to you, Cancer, please, no proposals over Christmas, okay? You're being warned here that your heart might take over this Gemini moon, and you might make something, you might do something rash, you might do something based on an emotion rather than actually based on reality. It might be something that you're feeling in that given moment that you haven't thought through, that you're not secure enough to do, you know, that isn't actually going to give you what you want. Okay, it's almost like, yeah, please, Cancer, please be careful, right, when it's around your emotions. Please don't act on them. Okay, enjoy them, what's there, but please don't make any long-term plans based on your present emotions, because they are not your truth. Whatever it is you're feeling at this moment, I feel it could change by March. Okay, the security isn't there, the solid footing is not there for you in order to do this. I know I always say to take risks, but I feel this would be a foolish risk. You know, there's the chance that you could make a decision based on an illusion rather than reality, or based on how you are, your strings are being pulled. Okay, it's not secure where you are, Cancer. Okay, so please don't see that as a springboard to go further, if that makes sense. Sorry. Like I say, it's all about the truth. It's the cold, hard moon, isn't it, tonight? Right, Cancer, Leo. Right, okay, Leo. Right, what they're saying here is, again, there's a lot of emotions. I'm quite surprised, because I thought I'd just seen somebody at my window there, and there's not. Whoa. Because Gemini is air, you know, it's thoughts rather than emotions, but there's a lot to do with emotions coming on here. So what this is saying, your work to do, Leo, what is going to be highlighted for you, okay, is how you want your future to be. Okay, how you want it. Again, very similar to somebody I've just said. Not work on the present. Okay, this present is giving you an opening so you can see what you want. But I feel that there's here definitely around relationships with you, Leo. But it's saying, okay, do not get trapped by your thoughts of, what you think you want rather than what you want, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's almost like I feel there's something here where emotions are falling out. It's like a what's that song? There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Right, okay, this is quite interesting. So it's almost like I'm seeing you putting stuff into something, but there's a hole. So something is dropping out of it all of the time. So this hole is never going to be filled. And this hole, I feel, is something within you that is not going to be filled with what you're putting into it, okay? Sorry, they're making this really complicated. So it's almost like you don't want to see that, but they're saying to you, this is what this is going to show you, okay? And there's a feeling here of, I almost feel with this, you know, it's like, yeah, we're in love, let's run off and run into the sunset. And then 2 months down the line, sitting cold, hard, you know, that what's the couple they're on? It's an old painting. Shit, I should know this. I used to study art. It's like the old Quakers where there's the guy standing. It's on the beginning of the Rocky Horror Picture Show as well. You know, where it's stony. It's almost like, where is the love? You know, the love is, it's that fleeting moment, but it's what comes after that, okay? This is what you're gonna look, and there's a heaviness around this, okay? A heaviness and an emptiness. This cup is getting emptied rather than filled, and it doesn't matter how much you're trying to fill it, there's a leak, okay? You're leaking energy, you're leaking love, you're leaking power, and it's almost by not doing anything to fix it, you know, you're not going to have anything to drink from, if that makes sense. This could be something old, because it's almost like it's almost like I'm seeing kind of, you know, vines and that around it. It's like, yeah, you know, so yeah, so just be very careful about that. You know, this is where the work is to do. Is your cup being filled? Are you getting out what you're putting in? You know, are you happy? Is there enough for you to drink from? Make of that what you will, and then fix it, dear Henry. Yeah. I mean, we've got this duality. It's the masculine and feminine. I really should have spoke more about that. Yeah, I really should have spoke more about that, but that's a reading in itself. You know, I really feel this is where I kind of want to go more on these readings, where it's more of a teaching rather than predicting. I don't know what any of you feel about that, but that's where I feel I'm being drawn. Right, you needed to hear that, Christy. That made sense. Okay, sorry. I mean, I don't like being the bearer of bad news, but like I say, you know, I'm here to speak and seek the truth. That's what I am, a truth. I was going to say they're a truth seeker, and they said, yeah, a truth speaker as well. So, right, I'm going to actually write that one down. I really like that one. Truth speaker. Put that on my CV. Right, okay, so that was Leo. This is Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. Oh, look at this. I just looked at it. My friend brought me a little lavender after my fire, and a fire extinguisher. Yeah, that's what I feel just learning, you know. It's yeah, that's what I feel now. It's more about, you know, it's not advice, it's teaching, you know. Because I feel there's more education rather than prediction. Prediction, it seems to be people are getting stuck in that, and they're not evolving, you know. This is why I stopped doing mediumship, because people were wanting to use it as like a channel to contact their loved ones rather than actually moving on from that. So yeah, this is where I'm being guided. I don't know why, but this is where they're pushing me. So right, so who am I on now? Virgo. Right, okay, Virgo, this is ideas for you. I really feel that with you, Virgo, this Gemini moon is me really making you rethink things, rethink what you wanted, rethink what you were going for, how you've been like a prisoner. This is definitely around relationships as well, and how you're seeing that I feel there could be old relationships come up, okay? They could be coming up. It could be this is so that you can reflect, so that you can, there could be reconciliation coming as well, okay? Or there could be a full dead-on ending, because what I'm seeing with here is it's really taken control. There is no longer the past is going to define you or destroy you, okay, or deter you. It's actually you're letting go of something in the past. This is either to start something again or to completely let it go and let your views about it fall away, okay? So you may have thought patterns and restrictions about, yeah, there you go, I'm saying that as just as the Fool comes out, you know. So this is it, you are freeing yourself from past pain, okay? It's time now, they're saying, Virgo, it's time, okay? You want fulfillment, full fulfillment. You want security, you want this level footing, and you cannot move on to get that until you let the past go, okay? So this is where you're at, Virgo. This is what is coming for you, and I feel it's this one final push, okay? One final push for you to step into your power, your own power with this, and this is where you're going to find your security. This is the work that this Gemini moon is coming to show you. I love you, Tanya. You're incredible. So happy for you. You're living your best lifestyle. Thank you, Esoteric. Thank you. All right. Okay. That one's fell out. Okay. Libra fell out the tower. Okay. You're Virgo. I'm Virgo too. I'm Virgo too. I didn't even listen to that for me. I have to go back and listen to them. It was funny, the other month I'd done a reading and then stuff was happening in my life. And somebody said, what did your reading say about it? And I said, oh, I don't know. And I went back and I listened to it and I was like, shit, man, that was exactly, if I had have gone into it with that knowledge, you know, it was exactly how it was. But, you know, I don't. It's words that come through that aren't my words, so I don't retain the information. So right, so this is Starry Night. I'm getting something about the stars. Something about the stars for you, Libra. Now, we don't see the stars that often when we have a full moon, do we? It's when there's a new moon. But there's something about the moon. Something about the moon. The moon and the stars, okay? There's a, right, okay, the card that fell out for you, Libra, was the Tower here. And I feel there's been a maze, this way, that way, this way, that way. You know, almost like being stuck in a maze. And there's something about this moon that is going to amaze you. Right, okay, there's something, I don't know if this is like a shooting star or something, but there's a real, there's a symbol, a something, a sign, a symbol, a signal, something like that. That is, I don't know if some of you do sigils or something around the moon. It's signal, sign, something like that. Signal. Sorry. I hate this, but it's, yeah, it's something around this which is gonna kind of take you higher, elevate you in some way. There's a truth coming, and it's almost like I see this truth coming in like a, it's almost like a lot of roses coming with this truth. Roses, celebrations. This isn't sad. I feel that there's things crashing down, but it's a time to celebrate, not commiserate, okay? There is a cycle, a full cycle. You know, there is success for you here. Where you haven't been able to see a clear vision, your vision is coming back clearly. You are moving on. You are moving through. And you are kind of, your fire is not being put out, okay? There's new ideas, there's a spark of inspiration, there's transformation, there's action, like lights, camera, action here. There's a lot coming for you, Libra. It's going to be, I feel this moon is going to be very, very important to you. I feel very important internally as well as externally. Okay, there's a kind of, it's almost like you're being given that golden key. Look at that. Can you see? It's like, you know, it's coming angelically. You have the lovers there, you know, and what a great card this is, isn't it? I really, really like it. But yeah, it's something is going to be unlocked for you, okay? You're being given this key to unlock this kind of brighter future. No more blues, just security. There's a move, a break away, like there's guidance coming for you. Guidance coming from you. I'm sorry, this doesn't make much sense the way they're coming here. It's almost like I feel something needs to get put to bed. It's like laying lilies on it, like lilies are the end of something. It's commiserating something, letting it go, and you put lilies down and then are presented with roses, you know. So it's death and love. It's you know, remember and receiving, you know. It's the duality of things, okay? It's like every end is a beginning, you know, like all that kind of cliche thing. And why am I wanting to say touche? The only thing I know is touche turtle. So what does touche mean? If anybody knows what the real meaning of touche means. Yeah, this is the key. There's something unlocking for you, Libra. I'm sorry, that's all I'm getting with this. Getting a real pain in my head, though. Yeah, please listen as well. Listen. When I said about communication, listen. You know, there's something that you're needing to listen to, something connected to your emotions, because it's coming from the left side here. Yeah, I feel you're coming up from the deep. It's almost like, you know, you're like snakes and ladders kind of thing. This is it, but it's almost like you're coming up from a dark place rather than actually going down into it, if that makes sense. And then you're being given the key to unlock yourself. So it's like you're from the dungeon. You're being unlocked from the dungeon, Libra. So right, Libra. Scorpio. Sorry, I've just got to go back to Libra there. What a good year for the roses. I don't know what that means. Well, that was a song, wasn't it, by Elvis Costello? I don't actually know I'll have to have a look at that. But it's a good year for the roses. I don't know why. Right, okay. Scorpio, right, okay, Scorpio, hey. Finally, a one that it's going to be quite, I mean, they're all quite good. Like I say, there's no negative or positive, you know, but some are going to be tougher than others. And this is where the truth is coming in. I feel finances are going to be, there's something around your finances are going to come to light. I want to say to you, there's going to be more in the bank comes with this, okay? What you need to do, though, Scorpio, is really think about your words, okay? It's almost like I'm getting this. Don't speak too much. Don't speak too soon, okay? Because there is something coming that is going to benefit you. Definitely finances. Definitely finances, okay? There is abundance coming for you financially. This could be in the gift of money. This could be money you're not expecting. This could be a collaboration, or you're asked to work somewhere. But there could be, some of you may have a car that is, you know, that you're getting an insurance payout or something like that on it. But there is money coming. There could be a holiday for some of you coming as well. you know, but it's almost like this could be a judgment that is going in your favor. So it could be something that's legal, that's finally like getting put to bed, okay? Something you have been waiting for. You might have even forgot it, but I feel that it could come to you, Scorpio, okay? This is going to give you security and clear thinking for the future. I would say, Scorpio, I'm not normally a gambling person, but I would say if you put the lottery on, put it on, you know, put an extra pound on or something, because this is looking good. It's almost like when you're least expecting it, there is something coming for you, okay? There is something coming for you that is going to really bring you in control of your finances. But what they're saying is be careful with it, okay? Don't be lavish and don't just let it go, because this is something that if you nurture it and water it, it could actually grow to your future. It could change your future from your present, but you have to give it time to kind of evolve. If you just go and spend it all at once, yeah, you might have one day of fun, whereas with this, it's almost like you could have 1 year, 10 year of fun if you actually get this. So treat this well. So it's, you know, you might have all these ideas of what you want to do with it. Hold off on them ideas, you know, and keep them for a later date, because if you plant this firmly and water it, it will grow for you. Okay? Makes lots of sense for you, Libra there, Tara, yeah? Right, okay, so Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Ooh, that one's want to come out. Right, okay, Sagittarius. I want to say, Sagittarius, I don't feel this is you, okay? And I'm not happy that they've actually showed me this, but I really feel I need to mention it to somebody. There may be somebody around you with this Gemini moon that you might have to deal with, or you might have to talk to. Remember, I said this is all about communication and things like that. There might be somebody who's actually doing some self-harming. They're doing something that is detrimental. Now, this could be self-harming as in cutting, I feel, or something like that. But, you know, it's not very nice. It's not very pleasant. But I feel you are... It's almost like you may be the one to guide them to the right place to express their emotions in the right way, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that, Sagittarius, because I don't want to go in. That was not very nice what they were saying to me. Somebody around you is not of a good mindset, okay? They're not. Their mind is troubled. Their mind is... They are acting erratically. They need serious help. This is not for you to fix them. I know Sagittarius are always very caring and loving and understanding, but this is not for you to fix them, okay? You can love them, but guide them in the right direction, okay? So this isn't about you. I'm going to pull some more there for Sagittarius, because I just... That was a message that I feel needed to come out there. And I didn't like that, to give that your message for the Gemini moon, okay? If it's you, Sagittarius, then please go and seek help. This is what this Gemini moon is coming. You know, like I say, we all have these two sides. So, you know, just be careful with that. And Sagittarius, come on. Nice Sagittarius. Nice Sagittarius. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. You could really be... You yourself, Sagittarius, could really be planning for the future. Now, I know some of you have birthdays coming in and around this time, but it's almost like I feel a gift is given to you, okay? This could be a gift of somebody saying they want to spend their future with you. How do you want to spend your future? This could be like a new job, a new opportunity, a new love opportunity. But I feel you're going to be feeling pretty loved up with this Gemini moon, okay? You are... Everything is coming into balance with you where it hasn't been in balance. You're in balance. You know, you're kind of looking at options of where you want to go, but there's no rush. You're not having to escape anything to get there. You know, you're being very logical. I feel there's situations around friendships, friends, really going to feel quite heartwarming to you. But there's going to be a gift that is something that is given from the heart to you, okay? Something that I really feel is going to, it's not about money. You know, this isn't about a monetary gift. This is about something that is really going to really make you wake up and see who you can actually trust. Okay, somebody's going to give you a leg up kind of thing here. And I feel as well, it's almost like you're going to see things differently with this. You're going to see your future differently, and you're going to see where you want to be. So it's almost like something could happen. I mean, when I said in the beginning about this self-harming thing, I don't really like that, but you could see something around maybe a group circle or something like that you have, where you might just go, you know what, this isn't for me now. I don't want this in my future, and you move away. So it's something that you're going to think about, but it's going to be cool for you. You know, it's about planning your future, and yeah, in a really, really good way. So your words are very important here. And I feel there's security and abundance to come for you as well in sharing. I feel you could be making plans with somebody else, Sagittarius, with this, okay? So, right, we have Sagittarius. Who comes after Sag? Who comes after Sagittarius, Capricorn? I forgot that water had gas in it. I was expecting it to taste like normal water, and it was fizzy. It was strange. Right, okay, so Capricorn, please, Capricorn. Right, okay, Capricorn. There could be trouble at mill, okay? There could be problems again around relationships. I'm so surprised that this Gemini moon is bringing in so much around emotions and feelings. But like I say, you know, it's all about the truth. And I feel there's something here with the truth where you're going to see something isn't working in the way that you want it. It's almost like something that you thought was going to make you happy is now making you unhappy. I feel there's change around, okay? Big changes. This is changes around the home as well. Somebody's going to do something. And I feel it's almost like, you know, when you hear that saying, like there's the final nail in the coffin kind of thing. That's what I'm going to get. The straw that broke the camel's back. Okay. And I really feel it's going to bring you into action where you're going to say exactly what you want to say. Okay. Something you've been holding back comes out. It comes out clear. It comes out concisely, but it comes out quite cold. Okay. It's almost like I feel it's almost like Capricorn. I feel you're sick of giving your heart and then it being trampled on. Okay. And I feel this could be something to do with a relationship. It could be something to do with other people in it. There's stormy waters around a relationship. Okay. And there's something I feel that you will find that your trust is somebody has betrayed your trust. I don't feel this is in the way of cheating. Okay. I feel it could have something to do with alcohol. I feel it could even be somebody that said they're giving up smoking and then they've started smoking again. But there's some element of trust where you're going to sit, and it's almost like I feel you have to be judge and jury. Okay. So there's something around this where I feel there's transformation, but it could come with kind of from treacherous water, if that makes sense. Okay. You are going to take what's yours, but not take any shit. Okay. That's where you are, you know, You're going to claim what's yours, but you're not going to take any shit, Capricorn. This is you really, you know, it takes a lot for Capricorns to anger, but when they do, that's it, you know, and they stand by their word. So this is what I feel for you, Capricorn, okay? So yeah, it could be something around the Christmas or to do with the Christmas or something like that. It's not a big thing. Like I say, I don't think it's cheating or anything, but it's something that really, it really makes you feel that, you know, it's wow, if I can't trust you, there's no truth, then there's no trust. Okay. So the same cards have just flew out there when I was actually shuffling again. So it's, be ready for that. Okay. Be ready for that. Make sure you're solid. Your feet is in solid ground for yourself, Capricorn, because there's something coming. There's a storm coming. Okay. Right, okay, so who do we have now? That one's just fell. What's that one that has just fell? Right, so we have Aquarius, yeah? Aquarius. That's the age of Aquarius, isn't it? Hey, small white flowers. Whoa, what's happening? Right, Aquarius, what are you wanting to avoid? Sorry. There's something you're wanting to avoid. Aquarius, yeah, hold on, let me get the cards and get this right. So sorry about that. Right, something to do with money. Something you're not wanting to see the truth about money, or trying to hide money, or hide from somebody that owes you money, that you owe money, or something like that. Or, okay, you're trying to put a little stash. You might have a bank account in the Cayman Islands or something like that. But there's something you're wanting to avoid, and it's around money, something you're not wanting to address, and it's going to come up with this Gemini moon. But I feel it's your finances in general. I feel this is connected to your finances in general, Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, it's like where you're trying to bring balance in, there isn't balance. So you're kind of, where do I get this from? Where do I bring balance into it? You bring balance into it by stop being as lavish. It's almost like I don't feel you've been spending wisely. And it's almost like what this is saying is, you don't need to spend in order to be seen as successful. So there could be a little bit of, like flashiness coming in around this, or you could be spending money on somebody to try and like impress them. Okay. And this is gonna, this is going to be highlighted to you. This this Gemini moon. It could be somebody who thinks you have money that is coming in, and kind of, flirting their eyes and things like that. So it's going to be something around finances here, but it's really going to show you who people are and who yourself is, right? Okay, sorry, my grammar there was terrible. Is this a lady? The voice sounds deep, and it is. Right. So this is it. It's almost like I'm getting the Beatles, money can't buy you love, Aquarius, okay? And that is going to be something that is taught to you over this Gemini full moon, okay? Something, it's going to be quite interesting. There's a disappointment coming, but this disappointment will come to revelation or Lucian. Why are they talking about it? There's a couple of the Beatles things coming in there, isn't there? But yeah, this is a time for you to reflect. Okay, this is a time for you to reflect. I tell you what, them that say, is my voice sound deep and that my accent is throwing me off, just get off. If you don't like it, go somewhere else, because I can't be fucking bothered. I'm nearly at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? Go somewhere else, mate. I think fuck off's the same in whatever accent you use, isn't it? So, right, okay, Aquarius. That's it. I said today, didn't I? I was either going to go in tears or I was going to blow my top, and I can see exactly, if I carry on with this, where it's going to go. Right, okay. So, who do we have there? Aquarius. Pisces, this is the last one. Saved by the bell there. Yeah, I said at the beginning of this, the way I was, you know, and the way I'm feeling is I can go either way. You know, I could be on a heap on the floor crying, or I could turn into like kind of the Incredible Hulk. And, you know, as he says, you won't like me when I'm angry. It's very rare I let myself get angry, but when I do, it's poof, you know, she blows. I've been so grounded and blunt. Yeah, this is what it's about. This is exactly what it's about, this Gemini moon, you know. I love Pisces. I love Pisces. Right. So, yeah, like I say, I am going to set this Facebook thing up as soon as it's on. I will come on here and let you know. So make sure that if you're watching this, you've clicked the subscriptions so that you know that it's there. It's going to be a private group, you know, so that we can monitor who's in it. Not in a bad way, but just so that, you know, we don't get like the bullshit that we get, you know. So, right, okay. So Pisces. You know what? This is what I get with people, right? When I spoke about before and I said about communication, okay? And why do some people feel the need to say stuff? People don't think before they speak, you know, and they don't realize, you know, the words can have an effect. Our words are like spells. Whenever we speak them, we are casting a spell. That's why they call it spelling, okay? And words, you know, there used to be that thing, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. It is absolute bollocks. Anybody who has suffered emotional abuse, you know, or anything like that will know that words actually cut very, very deep. And please, with this Gemini moon, please, everybody, be so cautious of their words, how they speak, how they demand from people, you know, what they say, and make sure that you can speak your mind, but make sure it's kind. You know, that's what we need to do. If it's, you know, I use the think where it's, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if it's not all them five, then just don't fucking say it. It's a waste of your breath and it can actually harm other people as well. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Sorry. Right, okay, so I'm going to rethink this. I'm sorry, I'm actually deleting that person. I don't like it. You know, this always happens. We've had they're gone. You know, you get this a lot. People don't realize, you know, that people come on to like, oh, I just hang them out. I thought I'd hit them. Right, so sorry about this, everybody. I can sense a fuck that one. You don't have to be psychic to do that. I feel, you know, years of being brought up, my family had bars and public houses, and I really feel that adds to the psychicness as well. You know, I can go in a place and I go, right, okay, they're going to cause bother tonight, and it's like a sixth sense that you get with that. Yeah. I know I done it by accident. Yeah, I want them gone. I'm sorry, small wildflowers. If you can do that, that would be great. Thank you, Serenity. Like I say, sorry, my energy hasn't been full on today, but I'm at the point where I'm taking no shit today neither. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, small wildflowers. Right, okay, so Pisces, sorry you had to wait. You always do. You always do. You know, you're always very patient, Pisces, and that's why I love you. Right, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Right, okay, so, I mean, they're all pretty similar. I'm so sorry about this. You know, I don't like to do it. Pisces, you're looking here at love, okay? You're looking at past love. You're looking at future love. You're looking at, like, present love. You know, what is it you want? Because I really feel you're kind of at the point where you're like, you know what? I give so much, and what am I getting in return? Okay. And it's almost like I see that you're kind of really looking at yourself here, okay, rather than past partners, present partners, future partners. Looking at yourself, saying, what is it I want? Why do I self-sabotage myself? What part of it is of me is it that kind of goes for something that's not worthy of me, that allows this treatment, okay? So it's almost like I feel here a little bit time out for yourself to really give yourself self-love here, Pisces, okay? To really give yourself hope. This is all in reflection. You know, this is all about your work. It's taken time out over the Christmas so you can be in your own power and be positive and know that when you're giving yourself love, you know, in the way that you want to, that is when it will come back to you, okay? So no more disappointments. Look at the past, learn from it, and it's taught you exactly what you don't want, Pisces, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to go now. If anybody does want to read, and I think I have next Tuesday available, that is it until after the Christmas. I will be on here before the Christmas. Thank you all for your time today. And this Gemini moon is here to guide us. But remember, it's like, you know, this is the last one of the century. Where do you want to be in 10 years' time? What do you want to do in these next 10 years and make it happen? Okay, so I'm sending lots and lots of love to you all. Mwah. Satnam.